Clienteling used to be a discipline. Department stores had account books. Casino hosts kept handwritten logs on their best players. Boutique managers knew their regulars by name, by preference, and by occasion. That knowledge was the business. But somewhere along the way, retail decided that scale and technology made that unnecessary. Point of sale data replaced personal relationships. CRM systems collected records no one read. Email blasts replaced personal outreach. The tools got bigger, but the relationships got thinner. The operators who figured out how to bring back clienteling have an advantage that is almost impossible for competitors to replicate. You cannot outspend a relationship. You cannot automate trust. Wharton professor Peter Fader has spent decades building the academic case for this through his work on customer centricity. The businesses that identify their highest value customers and invest disproportionately in those relationships consistently outperform those that treat every customer the same. It is not a controversial idea. It's just rarely executed. Most businesses already know who their best customers are. They have the data, they just aren't doing anything about it. But VIP Concierge is built to fix just that. I spent my first half of my career running VIP host programs in the casino industry. The playbook is not complicated. You identify your highest value players, assign them a dedicated contact, reach out before they drift, log every conversation, and measure whether the effort is driving them back through the door. Casinos have been doing this for decades before the math is obvious. A player worth $2,000 in annual gaming revenue who visits twice a year and receives no outreach is a player who might visit once or not at all. But a host who reaches out before their birthday, follows up after a long absence, and extends a comp offer at the right moment, converts that player into someone who visits 4 times a year. The ROI on that relationship is just not debatable. What I found when I started working with retail operators is that they have all the data they need to run the exact program. Purchase history, visit frequency, spend by category, everything a host would need. What they have not had is a tool built the way a store manager actually works. But VIP Concierge is that tool. So let me show you how it works. So as you can see on the screen, VIP Concierge, we're going to go through a couple different scenarios, right? So let's start in casinos. So there's going to be 2 login options. You got admin or you've got manager. So let's go casino and gaming, and we're going to do manager. So imagine you're a VIP host at a casino. You would come into this app, and again, this is a custom-built app for your business. We can change it however you need it for your business. It's not just the standard out-of-the-box rigid tool like the big box options out there are. So let's say, okay, I'm Jordan, I'm a host. I'm going to jump into the VIP Concierge. Now what you're going to see is a list, Jordan's list of the month of the VIPs that he needs to call in priority order. Now the priority order is going to be fed from the rules from your CRM data saying, here's your top VIPs, here's the ones falling off, here's the ones rising. And that's how you can kind of prioritize who your hosts or your store managers are calling and getting to know first. And what you'll see here is a list of customers, right? And if you click into a customer, you can see the outreach history. And if I'm Jordan, I say, you know what? I want to log a phone call. All right, we're going to say called on 324, no answer, right? Something like that. And boom, that's in there. All right, CRM's telling us they prefer craps tables. They always tip their dealers well. That's my kind of guy, right? You can see the response breadcrumb, or you can go ahead and see the messages. So if you have a dedicated VIP inbox or just a dedicated email for the VIPs to communicate with you, you can log all that. You can track all that. Same thing with SMS, right? And if you want to reply right in here, you can do that as well, right? We're talking about comp balance and upcoming events. You let them know. Say, right, new VIP event tonight. I saved you a seat. Boom, go ahead and reply. And we can connect this to your email inbox. So if you've got Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail, if anybody still has that. We can connect it via the APIs, and that way it's all integrated and it's tracking. So what you'll see here on the left side, you'll see that inbox, right? You can kind of see that, oh, I have an unopened email from Thomas. So you jump in, you kind of see the thread already, and boom. So you can keep that conversation going, but also more importantly, monitor the inbox all in one place. Then you can see your progress. So here you'll see, I'm Jordan. I have a list of 20 VIPs to call for the month. I'm 80% done, right? You can kind of see how many I've contacted and how many I still have left to do. Now, a little gamification is how am I doing against my peers? Because there's bonuses involved. You can see this as the leaderboard, who's doing what, who's killing it. And right now, I'm not doing that well if I'm Jordan, so I gotta get on the phone and get to work. Now we can connect the sales data, your CRM and your sales data, to VIP Concierge, again via API, or you can upload data periodically, whatever works for your business. And then we can connect that to the customers. As long as we have the customer data and we know when you contacted them, we'll be able to track the ROI and attribution for those conversations. And that, again, can feed right into a bonus program for your VIP hosts. And if you have just random notes, you throw them in here as you're logging. And this is something that you can pull up on your phone, right? So if you have a VIP host, you can pull this app up on your phone and be able to do it on the go, right? So it's just very easy and just really meant to give you a structured place to track your VIPs and start working your books, right? Going back to the VIP list, you can kind of sort by not started, attempted, contacted, and so forth. So you kind of get the idea. But let's go back out and let's jump to the admin view. So the admin view would be kind of the owner or whoever's managing the data, right? And they can come in and upload a list, right? Once a month, they're going to upload that list, and then that's what's going to assign the VIP list per host, right? For example. So you can do that all here. Again, they can track the inbox as well, making sure things are getting taken care of, right? The hosts are fielding them in a timely manner. If you had a shared inbox, that's kind of how that would work, right? Or we could make sure you have views of your VIP hosts' email inboxes. Again, you can see an overview. So you want to see how's each store doing. If I have multiple casinos, how's each casino doing? Who's doing what, right? Atlantic City is doing pretty good, right? But Chicago's killing it. So, but Las Vegas needs a little help. Again, you can see the board, see who's in the lead for your team and who you need to bug. You can see the ROI as we talked about. And then if you want, you can connect the integration. So if you want to connect it via APIs to Salesforce, Gmail, Oracle Opera, or whatever it might be. As long as we can API it in, we can do that. Or, like I said, if you wanted to do manual uploads, you can do that again. You can do that as well. And then here you can kind of see just the customization that we can do if you want to add more stores, more hosts, all that good stuff. And again, this is completely custom. We would design this for your business how you need it. So what you see is just a demo and something that we've rolled out with other clients, but we can, again, adjust it by your business so it works for you. So that's going to be the casino. Let's change the industry and let's jump over to specialty retail, right? Which, again, clienteling is a lost art that needs to be brought back, especially in retail. So let's jump to there. So let's say, all right, I'm Taylor. I'm going to jump in. Again, same thing. There's your list of customers. All right, I see. Okay, I left an email. Let me say, all right, I'm going to say, send her the new spring collection early. All right, or something like oops, what happened there? You could say something like, set aside spring collection items for you, for the client, for the VIP. Right? Whatever it might be, you're gonna log your communications, your outreach, right? You have their information of who they are. Again, you could track your emails and say, come get the new lavender pear lip balm on me, right? whatever it might be. And you can change the subject line, all that good stuff. And again, we would connect this to your email inbox so it's all in one place, right? And again, same thing, track your inbox, follow your replies with each customer, track your progress, how you doing, how am I doing against my peers, if there's multiple managers or different stores, again, the ROI, as long as we can we can pipe into the sales data, or you manually upload it into the tool, and you'll be able to just track the customer and their purchasing, and you can set your attribution. So here you'll see attribution, you can set it to 30 days or 7 days or whatever you want. We can customize that. And then here's also where you can have connecting the data sources such as Klaviyo, Shopify, right? Connect to your website. Or again, you can do that manual upload. And then again, here you can see your lists. So jumping on the admin side, it's going to be very similar to what you saw before. Upload by store, you can do this monthly to assign your VIP lists for the month. Track the inbox, making sure your team's taking care of it. Track how your stores are doing and your different managers. And again, track the ROI. You can set up your integrations. And you can customize it how you want. So that's a little bit about VIP Concierge. I hope that was helpful. I do think this is a huge opportunity, not only in the casino industry, but in the retail industry. Clienteling is such a valuable tool for the business, and businesses need to get back to knowing their customers by name, knowing their best customers. And I think it's very important that you spend 80% of your time on your top 20% customers, right? It's that 80-20 rule. Always, the top 20% of the customers are driving at least 80% of your revenue. So you don't want to forget about all the other customers, but you want to make sure you're taking care of those top 20% because you can't afford them to leave. I'm Brett Hahn, and if you have questions, please reach out. Or if you would like a demo in person, reach out at hahn.ai. Thanks.